What's up, everybody? It's 2:20. I believe it's May 6th on a Tuesday. So I just did some walking and carrying, and I'm a little tired. And I should actually go upstairs and relax. But then I said, you know what? I'm trying to get into shape. It's the second day Oh, my tires are flat. Oh, whatever. We'll fix it when I get back. It's the second day I got up early today. Early for me was before 9 o'clock. All right. So I'm trying to have a day schedule and a second shift schedule and then sleep. What I usually do is I stop my rounds, my driving around at around 1 a.m., come home and then process all my stories, and sometimes I stay up to 3, 4, 5, and then I get up at 10, 12, 1. So what I want to do is switch it, go to sleep right away at about 1. Watch out for dead man's curve here, right? See that? See how it comes up on you real quick, and then you look in there and then the car is coming over there. It's really dangerous, so you gotta be safe. So my idea is this: get home. What I do is I download all my videos from the day, right? Then I upload them to a processing transcription, right? Software. I use Otter. It's really good. Got to pay for it. I pay for the premium one. It helps with the notes. It really does. It actually helps categorize. You can do all kinds of things with it. It's a really nice software. Well, it doesn't do the folders or anything. I still have to do that on my computer, but I can ask it to code it, to separate it, to pull stuff out if I have everything. Hey, what's up? How you doing? And there you go. There's a cute little dog right there. And so that's what I do. I do my videos, get home, download, upload. And if I check any other crimes or whatever's going on that day to process everything that way, the next day I start out fresh, right? I start out with whatever stories I want to put up the next day. So what I do is sometimes get caught up on reading news stories, or I'd be doing videos or building a story, and I'll stay up too late. I'll look out the window and there's the sunshine. So, and just to be honest, I'm not getting the things done that I want to get done. It's good. I'm doing a lot, but not enough. So that's why I'm trying to change this week. I'm trying to get up every day before 9. Today it was a little after 9. And then just keep active, keep doing it. And then I need to be active. Like right now, I'm really tired. My knees hurt me, but I want to get that cardio in me. And I'm sorry I'm videotaping this. I should have live feed it, but it is what it is. So that's what I'm doing. Just to tell everybody what's going on. And I might start live feeding again in the morning when I get up. I used to live feed every day between 4 and I think it was anywhere between 4 and 6. I think 6 was already too late. I already had my live feed up. So that was 3 years. That's all gone, all of that work. I'm still, like I think I tell everybody earlier, I might try to retrieve that somehow from Facebook. Yeah, they just locked me out and took all my content. I mean, that Facebook account has all my kids' stuff in it. It has all their high school stuff. It has all their 8th grade stuff. Everything that we ever did for sports. My kids were in Junior Olympics. All of that was on there. And I used to live feed everything. All their sporting events I ever went to, I live feeded. They did it. Scores. I even at one time when they were doing their polo, I was doing quarters. So that's how the water polo is. So I would score the quarters. Yeah, I was trying to be a junior sportsman, but yeah, it was kind of fun. But yeah, I don't care to get the account back. I just like to get the content if I can somehow. We'll see. But otherwise, it's a beautiful day. This weather is wild, how it's changing. And that's why I'm thinking I need to start keeping up with it, right? I gotta dress right. I gotta hydrate. I'm not hydrated, I know that. I got a report I'm gonna work on. We were out at IKEA. It was kind of disappointing. It was, I gotta tell you this, it was the worst retail experience I probably have had in a long time. A really long time. Dirty, overpriced, bad service. That's all I have to say. And you know, we've been going to IKEA for years with the kids. It's a good place to go to run around. They had decent prices on the food for families. We used to take, we have 4 kids, right? So we used to go there, you know, on a rainy day, wintry day. It's a big store, let them run around. Furniture buying when they got older, they needed a drawer, they needed a bed, whatever it was. But it was more for the experience rather than anything that we bought, right? And yeah, it was a bad experience, and I just say that. I'm gonna do a formal write-up, or maybe my wife might under her copy name. But yeah, it was kind of shocking, and we were all excited. It was me, my wife, and my kid went. And, you know, when your kids get older, you don't get that time, right? You know what I mean? Like when they were kids, because they're adults. They got their own things to do. So today we're like, let's go and talk to him. Say, hey, you want to go? And he's like, I don't know. And they say, okay, let's go. So then it was like, yeah. And I'll say this. It wasn't cheap. So that's the other part of it. If it wasn't expensive, then you know, if something's inexpensive and it's so, then you're like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. But when the prices are, I'm not gonna say they were high, but I'm not gonna say they were cheap. So we'll say it that way, right? I mean, their meals went up, that's for sure. Because that's one of the things we used to go for the meals, the kids, like I said. They run around. I think they had $3.99 or $4.99 meals, and then they had specials. The cheapest meal today was $11 or $12. Right? And it's the same meals. You know what? You either get the meatball or the fish. So I guess inflation or whatever, but we were having a discussion with me and my child, my son, or how about the grown man? I don't know how you call. What do you call when your kid gets to be an adult? You still call him your kid? What do you do? There's my favorite phone there. See that? Delicious water. Oh, I could drink that water all day long. Park water, the best water. Can't get any better than that. We got some of the best water in the country. I know another spot that has better water. Ours is chlorinated. Everybody knows why it's chlorinated, right? Because it was mixing in with the sewage water. And those old timers that reversed the river and did all of that fancy stuff, the Metropolitan Water District. What's up, big guy? They made sure that that water is clean, right? Because they came from countries and societies where they had dirty water. They had plagues and botulisms. So they were smart. They learned from their experiences in Europe, and they didn't want to live that way. And that's one of the reasons they came here. But they didn't come here and bring their old culture here. There's still some culture here, right? But then when they came here, those European guys, these Eastern European people, they wanted something better. Not only did they want the freedom and the freedom of speech and all that stuff that comes with America, but they wanted to live a better life, a healthier life. Right? You know what a serf is, right? That's what there was. That out there was indentured servitude, apprenticeships, serfdom. You didn't own land. You know, you can't say it was slavery, but it's close to slavery, right? You really you couldn't move that much. People out in Europe, it was by tribes and by legacies and by lineage, right? You can't really do something. It wasn't truly a caste system like India has, but it was close. Yeah, it was close, especially the old times. I don't know how it is now anymore. It's a little more freer, especially when the European Union came around, right? Where you had the freedom of travel across the border. What's up, fellas? Yeah. And when they came here, that's the one thing they were getting rid of. But the second and better thing, they wanted a better, I mean, that's where to burn them. Oh man, those are those nice ducks. Look at those guys. We gotta take a video of those. Look at that, they're getting big, man. Look at those guys. How many is there? 4, 5, 9. That's a big family, right? Look at that guy. We're a single parent, over 9 kids. I don't know, man. Where's the child support? Look at those guys. Those guys are getting big. They were small last week, weren't they? They were small. They're getting big real quick. I don't know, man. 9 kids. I don't think I can handle that on my own. But, so that's what they came for. They came for 2 things, right? Freedoms, right? Economics, oppression. A lot of the Middle European stuff was religious oppression and ethnic oppression, right? And racial oppression, right? And that was out in the middle of Europe, where I come from. My people were always oppressed. The Slavs, the Slovaks, they were always being conquered. We were the conquered, but we weren't too slaughtered that much because we knew how to work. We knew how to make metals. That's why all the way going back to the Romans and the Huns, and they never really got rid of all of us. They kept us around. Right now, Slovakia, I think, has one of the biggest car manufacturing plants in the country, and it's a very small population. I think they make more cars than there's a population. That's what the funny part is. Gotta watch that dead man's curve. So guess what I'm trying to say, and I'll end the video this way. Those aren't the early immigrants. Those might be the mid-immigrants, right? Or the quad immigrants, right? We had multiple waves of immigrants, right? We had the first guys that came over to Bering Strait. Then you had the Vikings that came into the top. Then you had the Europeans that came into the bottom, the southern end. Then you had the Anglos and those Dutch that came into the middle. You had some French in the middle of all of that. That's around the European time. And then you had that wave that came in the 1850s to about 1920s or so, maybe. And then you had the other wave. You had the great migrations after that. So you had multiple waves of immigrants here in Chicago. But one of the points that I want to make, and it was clear, right, what you just seen in the park. They came here to not only have freedom, but to live better. And that's why I got on my bike today. I want to live better. And I hope through my videos and through what I do and through my family and whatever I do, I want to do better and leave better. So that's what I want to do. That's enough of my talking. Take it easy. I got to go upstairs, take a shower, and get ready to go out on the road. Take care. Take it easy. SubX.News. Hugs, kisses, and love. Bye.